Hi, welcome to Messier Mantra. I'm your host, Mike Messier. On this episode, we have a very special guest. His name is Kurtis Lee Thomas. He's an author, he's a motivational speaker, and I like this one. Let's meet Kurtis Lee Thomas. Hey, Kurtis.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, buddy.
I appreciate it.
And I want to give a shout out to our friend Karen, who introduced us.
Yes.
And she is a tarot card reader, among other things. What's Karen's last name? I think it's...
Gosh, put me on the spot.
Karen Bentley, I think. Karen
Actually, it is, yeah.
Karen
yeah,
Bentley,
yeah.
really cool. So we just want to say hi to Karen.
Yeah.
Now, the final aspect of what we're introducing you as is a transformational coach. Is that
Correct,
right?
yeah. I'm a life coach. I'm also a certified hypnotherapist from the National Guild. But a lot of those things, when I got involved with them, because I didn't understand it. You know, people think you get the watch and you swing it back and forth, and next thing you know, you're barking like a dog.
Right.
And that's not true. Actually, it was in marketing, and a lot of marketing is subconscious.
Okay.
You're marketing to the subconscious mind.
Right.
So the conversation that we're having right now is from the conscious mind,
Okay.
which is about 10% of who we are.
Wow.
So 90% of what makes us tick is a subconscious mind. So I actually got into hypnotherapy, not just hypnosis. Some people refer to it as different things. More therapeutic to see, how does my brain work?
Right.
How does it work? How are people in marketing using this to sell ads? How can I use this to transform my life? People are using it to quit smoking. So it was more, I love diving deep into the unknown.
That's cool.
So I went and I learned it, and I found the oldest and largest hypnotherapy school in the world, and I got certified. So I also incorporate that into my transformational sessions. Was
the school for hypnotherapy, was that in local New England, or was it somewhere else?
It's national. It's the National Guild of Hypnotists, but they have representatives all over. So the lady that trained me, I believe she was from Newport.
Okay.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Cool. And she had a studio or something you would go?
Office, go out there.
Nice. That's really cool. Nice. So let's talk about the book. The World is Yours.
The World is Yours.
Kurtis Lee Thomas.
And
it looks nice.
Yeah, thank you. And it has the parentheses on here because a lot of people, read it. But, just like anything, when you have the parentheses around something, it's optional. So it's the world is yours, but it's also the world is ours.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So.
And then the subtitle is The Awakening?
The Awakening.
Okay.
Correct? And then the secrets behind the secret.
Can I take a look at the book?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. That looks great. For those, I don't know if we can take a look at that. Okay, so let me see let's see. The back, it's got the word life.
Yeah, life.
That's nice.
I had a bunch of words there, and I said, you know what? People are just so visual these days, and if they just see something, they'll like it. And then I threw some words inside of there that were kind of keywords and pop out, and kind of the buzzwords for everything that's in the book, if you look closely.
It says positivity, the universe, laws of the universe, truth, evolution, energy, chakras. Okay, chakras. Do you want to speak on that a little bit?
Sure.
So like the elements of the body and the system?
Yeah, so chakras are energy centers within our... Before you go into chakras, I think people just have to have the basic fundamental knowledge that energy is everything.
Right.
And everything is energy.
Okay.
Everything, from electricity to even our bodies are made up of energy. So we have these energy centers within our being. There's 7 main ones. And they start in the root chakra, and then you have your sacral chakra, and then you have your solar plex chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. Each energy center is responsible for different behaviors and actions within your life. So your root chakra is responsible for survival. It's your fight or flight kind of. It keeps you grounded. That's your grounded root. That's why Deepak. Why he wears red shoes? Okay. Because he grounds himself to earth.
Wow.
So people who don't have a strong root chakra, they're kind of lofty. And they're kind of out in la la land a lot. And then you say, oh man, I like that guy. He's down to earth. Well, that's because he has a strong root chakra.
Okay.
Keeps you grounded to earth.
Yeah.
And then you have your sacral chakra, which is right behind your belly button, which is orange. The root is red.
Yep.
That has to do with family, your sexual energy, your creative energy,
yep.
Which is one and the same, and it's everything to do with creation.
Okay.
It's your power center for creating.
Right.
And then you have your right here your solar plex chakra, which is yellow.
Yep.
That's your willpower.
Okay.
You know, your willpower to go out there and, you know, accomplish things and do things. And then you have your heart chakra, you know, which is love.
Yep.
And then you have your throat chakra, which is blue, and that's all about communication.
Right.
You know, the truth, you know, and communicating. And even if you look, there's no coincidences in life. If you look at a lot of these, like even Tony Robbins, we were talking about, his website's blue.
Yep.
Because it's power and truth.
Right.
You know, so people use these colors, you know, if you go on 99 Designs and they'll have which colors do you want to design your logo?
Right.
You say blue, it represents this.
Right.
This color, if you want to use this tone, it represents, you know, this.
Right.
So colors have meanings, and the blue is actually truth.
Wow.
And then you go up and then you kind of go into your indigo, which is your third eye, your spiritual center, your spiritual insight, you know, your visions of, you know, hey, I can think I can accomplish this and do this if we do it this way.
Right.
It's your visions, you know. And then up top, you have your crown chakra, which is, it's your spiritual connection.
Nice.
It's your connection to your source and whoever you believe that, you know, created that chicken or that egg or whatever you want.
You've got the information, and I met a lady years ago who kind of wrote up the chakras, but I didn't understand it as much as you explained it just now. So.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably one of the things, I won't say I'm good at, but I enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoy taking super complex things and breaking them down into the simplest form where anybody can understand.
Right.
Because it's like our energy is constantly working. Our chakras are constantly working, even when we wake up in the morning.
Right.
And we're getting dressed.
Right.
Well, why did we choose the yellow shirt that day and not the purple one?
Right.
What part of our brain made that decision?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the brain. It was
Right.
actually the chakra center.
Interesting.
Your chakra was weak, and one of the ways to strengthen that chakra is to wear that color.
Okay.
You know,
Oh,
so some people, you know,
reimbursement.
they're having exactly. So if you
Right.
need, like, I need to get creative, I need that, you'll find yourself wearing brighter colors.
Nice.
And if you ever notice someone, like people who are depressed or down, they won't notice it, but you'll start to notice them wearing a lot of black.
Yep.
They'll wear a lot more black, and black, it just absorbs all the energy, you know, and it's better to wear brighter colors because it actually lifts you up. It'll put you in a better mood.
I spoke with a lady over the phone last summer who was, you know, a mutual friend kind of hooked me up with, and she was kind of I guess a faith healer type, but she even worked over the phone with people. And this lady's in Florida, and she had a very thick accent of another country, and she was basically telling me, I gotta get, and she's like, what are you wearing? I was like, oh, black t-shirts and shorts and stuff, and, you know, not in the summer as much as the heat, but, you know, I pretty much wear black t-shirts, and she was really opposed to that.
Yeah.
You know, she was really like, and I haven't really changed, to be honest with you, because I have all these black t-shirts, and I'm like, slimming, you know, and I like the designs of the rock band or the wrestler or whatever. And, but you're kind of reinforcing what she was saying, that maybe that's not the best thing for me or for anybody.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It's good to, you know, like I believe balance, variety, you know. I was wearing black on black on black on black the other day. It's like it's just a matter of what the mood that you're feeling. It's just a matter of, you know, being balanced and switching it up just like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, because you think about wearing black at a funeral or a wedding.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's reasons for that. You know, everything's connected. There's a reason and a purpose for everything in life.
What about we've got a good amount of time, so pink, what does pink represent, you know?
Love.
Okay.
Pink is love. It's the color of the heart chakra. So it's actually, the heart chakra actually has two colors. It's the only chakra that has like two colors, and it's pink and green.
Oh, I was going to ask, the green was the next one.
Yeah, green. And green has a lot to do, it's the heart chakra, but green is also, you know, fertility, prosperity. Yep. Has a lot to do with abundance.
Because I was thinking, as far as green goes, and I've talked to my acting students about this in Dow's in Acting, green is the color of go, you know, at a stoplight.
Go, intelligence. You've ever watched that movie, was it Meet the Fockers?
Yeah. One of the Meet
and he
the Parents
goes, and he's talking about, he's like, oh, he goes, Focker. He goes, you know, your car's green. And he goes, you know, that's an interesting color. You know, tell me about it. He goes, oh, the guy at the dealership picked it out for me. He goes, you know, I just told him to give me a good color. And he goes, oh, they say people that choose green are actually very intelligent because it's an intelligent color. And he felt stupid because the other guy picked it out. He didn't pick it out. But there's little subtle signs, and green is it.
That's great. That was De Niro and Ben Stiller. Just a little side, and he's a male nurse.
Yeah. That was a funny movie. Man.
Yeah, that
was a funny movie.
The director Jay Roach of that movie, I actually met him. And
oh wow!
I had an audition in Los Angeles a long time ago for Jay Roach for a reality show, and he had done Austin Powers 3 had just come out at the time, so he was riding a wave of positive things,
Yeah.
It's interesting that some of these people in Hollywood or New York who are doing good things in theater or in films, they seem to have, like an energy about them, like, hey, they can do no wrong. Just, not everything's going to hit as much as the others, but you talk about Steven Spielberg, Tarantino, Spike Lee, Denzel Washington, as far as actors, Nicole Kidman. It's like they have a lot of success, and it's interesting, that they manifest that.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors going on with success.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on, And one of the things you mentioned, momentum.
Right.
Momentum has a lot to do with success, because what is momentum? Built up energy.
Okay.
So you build up your energy, you get things going. Well, you're on a roll.
Right.
But the hardest thing to do in life is build up momentum.
Right.
That's why startups, the majority fail.
Yeah.
Because the amount of energy that it takes to get a startup off the ground and into that cruise control.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier, to, jump in a car that's already going, 40 miles an hour, than to push a car from zero and get it going, right?
Right.
And they say rocket ships,
yeah,
when they take off, they use up to 80% of their fuel on takeoff.
That's a lot.
To perpetuate it into space.
Right.
That's all the exertion of the energy needs to shoot it up there. So momentum, which is energy,
right,
built up, has a lot to do with success. There's many factors to success. That's why, when you read the book The Secret, by Rhonda Byrne, they credit the law of attraction to success. And I'm big on the law of attraction. I have great workshops, great seminars, and webinars really explaining the law of attraction to help bring success into people's lives. But it's a factor.
Right.
It's one factor. There's other factors going on, and this is exactly what Oprah said. Oprah went on Larry King Live, and was talking about The Secret. He asked her, "What do you think about The Secret?" She said, "I love The Secret. It's great. It's this and that, but it's not the answer.
Okay.
There's more to it. It definitely, your thoughts create your reality.
Right.
You can attract things into your reality. There's other factors going on. It's not just that.
Right.
And that's what my book talks about. It's about the secrets behind the secret, because let's face it, it is a secret. These truths that really help us, liberate our minds in our lives to be able to co-create,
right,
instead of just being victims of life. Hey, whatever happens, happens. No, make stuff happen. I always say there's 3 types of people in life: the people that watch things happen,
right,
the people who make things happen, and then people who don't know what the heck happened, right? But we can create our life. We can co-create our life with the universe. And that's what my book talks about, Why is it a secret?
Right.
It's a secret because we weren't taught this in school. Our parents didn't teach us this, right?
Right.
Well, why is it a secret? Who's keeping this thing a secret?
Right.
Who's they?
Right.
What are they trying to hide?
Yeah.
That's so big that they would feel that they needed to hide and suppress this information from us.
Right.
Those are the type of questions that I answered in that book.
I want to look in this book a little deeper. And I have a quote, or you have a quote from Laura Eisenhower, who is President Eisenhower's granddaughter, and she is an astrologist, / global alchemist. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Laura Eisenhower says, quote, I can't think of material that is more important for these times than what is written in this book. I am pretty blown away by this incredible book. And then you have Jim Marrs.
Wait,
sure, go ahead.
I want to comment on that. And there's a reason why I got a bunch of great quotes from people who reviewed this book, but I put that one on the back.
Okay.
Because Laura Eisenhower, well, for one, President Eisenhower was a very interesting president.
Right.
Because there's actually 33 levels of security clearance above the president.
Wow.
So people think, majority of America believes that the president's the most powerful person in America.
Right.
And that's not true.
Okay.
So if you look at the whole political system,
right,
you work your way up, in Congress, and you go up, and then you see President Obama kind of at the top.
Yep.
And it's safe to say that he's at the top of the political, the political government that we see.
Right.
But in all reality, he's actually at the bottom of the government that we cannot see. Interesting. And there's 33 levels above him. And President Eisenhower was actually the president that got the closest up to those, the higher up in those levels of secrecy than any other president. Wow. Yeah, it was him. And that's his granddaughter. Right. And if you go on YouTube and you watch some of her videos and research her, personally, I think she's a genius. Yeah. If you really, it's some super, super high level, stuff that she talks about. And I looked up to her. Right. I still do. She's an amazing person. Yeah. And she read my book. Nice. And then she came back and gave me that quote. Wow. And I'm like, I was blown away for someone that, so intelligent to say that, this book's so important for these times. And, she's completely blown away. Right. She's blown away by my work. And these aren't like paid reviews and stuff. This is, everything about this book so far has been purely organic. Nice. Now, how'd you get in touch with Laura Eisenhower? Was it an email, or did you see her seminar? I actually went to go see her in Joshua Tree, California. Okay. Yeah. And some event called Contact in the Desert, and there's a bunch of great speakers there. And I'm kind of like, I've always been that go-getter type of guy. So I'm like, I literally, everywhere I go, I got a trunk full of books. Right. And I got a backpack, and I stuff my backpacks full of books in case I run into someone, or just I feel someone needs it, you know, and just, And I seen her, and I gave her a copy of the book, and I signed it and said, thanks for all that you do. And I gave it to her, and then followed up with an email. Right. She's like, I'm reading it, and I love it. And I'm like, oh my God, can you give me a quote? She's like, yeah. I'm like, ah. Right. So it's like, it's a big success for me. That is. I have a similar, story as far as a short film I did called The Nature of the Flame. And long story short, I was able to get the short film over the internet to a guy named Lawrence G. Bolt, who wrote a book called Zen and the Art of Making a Living, which kind of my little short film was, influenced by. Yeah. And Lawrence sent us back a nice email, that said something like, beautifully done. And it was just like a nice little thing, and I put that on the cover of the movie, on the DVD box. And I understand what you're going with that. And then just to give another quote equal time, New York Times best-selling author Jim Marrs, quote, combining cutting-edge science with the emerging spiritualism in modern society, Kurtis Lee Thomas has produced an easy-to-read playbook for winning in the game of life. I like that too. Yeah, that's an amazing one. And he's great. He's a New York Times best-selling author. So to get that, that wasn't my first New York Times best-selling author quote. It was actually from G.W. Harden. That's in the inside. But Jim Marrs, I met him at the same event. Okay. And gave him my book, and such a personable guy. He's just sitting out in front of everyone, signing everybody's books, you know, taking pictures and hugging. He's real cool, down to earth. Down to earth guy. And then he gave me that quote. That's great. Actually, his secretary that was with him, when I gave him the book, she goes, hey, I just wanted to tell you, I seen him reading your book in his hotel room. Wow. I was like, he's reading it? I don't expect people to read it because they're so busy, and he was reading it. So then I ended up following up with her, getting his email, and said, how'd you like the book? He's like, I loved it. Nice. I go, would you mind giving me a quote? And he gave me that quote. That's great. Now I want to do this, if you don't mind. Sometimes I had a book author on before, and I do this thing where I flip open a page somewhere. Ha! Let's do it. Okay. There's some deep stuff in there. Let's do it. Why don't you? Okay. Give me. You find something in there that you like. Oh, okay. And just hit me up with it. Yeah. Let's see where we're at. Or even a close by page, whatever you like. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's talk. The power of the heart. We're talking about the green, the heart. Right. Okay? Right. So they say the longest distance that any man could ever journey in a lifetime is 18 inches. The distance traveled from the mind to the heart. Okay. When one learns to shift their consciousness and decision making from the mind to the heart, they can never go wrong. In an Oculus Radio interview, metaphysician and spiritual teacher Bob Wright explains, when our mind is in control of our mind, it's just thought. But when our heart is in control of our mind, It's not thought, it's imagination. When we're speaking and our mind is in control of our vocal cords, we call it speech. But when our heart is in control of our vocal cords, we call it poetry or music. When our mind is in control of our body, it's called movement. But when our heart is in control of our movements, it's called dancing. Instead of pulling in what we see around us with our mind, we need to project from our heart what we want to see and feel.
I like it, man. I mean, that's deep. And I like a book like yours where you can flip open a page like that. Of course, a lot of people are going to read from cover to cover. Mm-hmm. But if you do flip open, just to, and people do that in the bookstore when they're going through books, they want to see if this connects. And that would connect with a lot of people, including myself. Yeah.
Yeah. What's amazing about the book is that, I pay a lot of money to go listen to people speak, and I'm about learning.
Right.
Learning and then also applying that knowledge. So it's like I value the aha moments in life, because that's really what we pay for.
Right.
Because you can hear a bunch of stuff. It's irrelevant if we hear a bunch of. It's that, oh.
Right.
And this book is filled and loaded with aha moments.
That's great.
Every aha moment I ever had is in there.
Nice. Now, we talked on the phone a few times before you came on the show, and I think I actually forgot to explain how the Messier mantra has its title. Mm-hmm. And I think you're going to nail this, no matter what you say, but I ask each guest to share a mantra for their life or their career or what they feel that other people should follow. Do you have anything off the top of your head? I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of stuff.
A mantra that they should follow.
Yeah.
There's one, I believe, for me, it's truth.
Okay.
Live in truth.
Yep.
Because it's really the lower functioning aspects of ourself. Some people call it the ego, or that thing in our mind. And the only way to get past those voices, those negative thoughts, fears, doubts, whatever it may be, is to expose the lie.
Okay.
Because the messed up thing is we actually lie to ourselves.
Right.
And to stand in truth, it's like this movie, Wall Street.
Right.
Is that what Wolf on Wall Street?
Right.
He said the only thing that's standing in your way between you and your goals is the bullcrap lie of why you keep giving yourself why you're not there.
Wow.
Wow. And it's true. We create a story.
Yep.
Everyone has a story why they're not successful.
Right.
And then it's an excuse.
Yeah.
And even Tony Robbins, he's like, stop believing those excuses.
Right.
And some of the best advice they'll give you is change your story.
Right.
Change your story. When you change your story, you'll change your life.
Right.
So for me, if you really boil it down, it comes down to truth.
Nice.
And any transformation that I had in my life has been from being brutally honest with myself.
Wow.
And it hurts sometimes.
Right.
It really hurts because you do have that inner battle.
Right.
Between that soul and that ego, the higher functioning aspects of love and light and the lower functioning aspects of fear and doubt. And this is an internal battle that everybody has. I don't care who you are, who's watching this, you're dealing with that.
Yep.
And it's that, right here and right here. And, we wrestle in our minds, and we have this thing I call analysis paralysis.
You know what? It's funny you mention that because me and my sister were looking into a product for, to be, for a relative that was having a hard time. We're looking into one of those, medical alert type of deals. And I read a review online that said, none of these devices are perfect. These, I've fallen and I can't get up type products. None of them are perfect, but it's better to get something than nothing because analysis paralysis is exactly what you use. Why don't you explain that term in the few minutes we have left on this episode?
Well, for that, we will analyze.
Right.
We'll analyze, but we won't do nothing.
Right.
But how that translates to someone in my life, what I noticed is that my mind knows what I should be doing.
Right.
There's things in my life that I know I need to do, right? I know I need to go to the gym. I know I need to send these emails. Whatever it was, I know I need to do these things. I know I need to eat right. I know I know that I need to do these things to live a happier and healthier lifestyle. Do I want to live a happier, healthier lifestyle? Of course I do.
Right.
You know, could I easily go to the gym and eat better? Of course I can, right? And I know if I do these things, I'm going to be happier, healthier, and my life's just going to be overall better.
Right.
Right? And you don't do them.
Right.
I know I should do it.
Right.
And I want to do it.
Right.
But I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So if I want to do something, and I know I should do something, what's stopping me?
Yeah, some 5-hour email. Yeah.
That what,
right,
is what I pinpoint and go, what is that? What is that?
Right.
You know, why am I not doing this? It's like we know what we need to do, but we don't do what we know.
Right.
Why?
Laziness or negativity.
You know? So that's the answer. It boils down to those, you know, operating out of those lower functioning aspects or the higher functioning aspects, and really coming into your truth of, wait, you know, like judgment.
Right.
We all judge people. I don't care what you say. Automatically, we judge people, and it's automatic. We're not, and like if we walk by someone, or our brain will say something.
Right.
And sometimes it's negative.
Right.
And like if I hear my brain say it, I'm like, well, why did you say that? That's not you.
Right.
I didn't say it out loud, but it's a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm having with myself. And that's actually the most beneficial thing you can do, because once you start doing that, you stop operating out of ego and you stop operating out of awareness. So when you become aware of aspects of you that wait, that's not me. That's not conducive to the lifestyle I want to live. Those aren't thoughts that I want to have. I don't want to feel this emotion.
Right.
I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be mad at this person. No one wants to be mad. Why would anyone want to be mad at somebody? Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Right.
Anger hurts.
Yeah.
Why would you want to hold a grudge on anybody? You're literally holding a grudge.
Right.
A grudge don't sound pretty.
No, it doesn't.
And we hold on to it, and they build up. And this is the stuff that leads to sickness.
Wow. That's great. And we've got just about half a minute left, so I just want to, is there anything else you want to say? We're going to have you on again, but is there anything you want to say on this episode of the Messier Mantra, just to cap off to our audience, maybe what they can do to take action?
I believe now we came to a point in humanity, because we have our individual lives and we have the collective lives of humanity, and they're all interconnected, the micro to the macro. I think now's the time where we start asking the questions that we always wanted to ask.
Right.
That sense of curiosity, curiosity is just consciousness at work.
Right.
And start being more aware of your surroundings, your relationships, your life, what you really want. Are you truly living your life?
Right.
Are you working a job that you enjoy? And really just, questioning everything. Question it, say, is this really how I want to live the rest of my life? And then taking actionable steps to do that. And for me, it was books and workshops and it helped me.
Nice. Well, Kurtis Lee.
Thank you. I appreciate
Thomas,
it.
I want to thank you so much. We'll see you next time when we do another episode. So, my name is Mike Messier, and thank you for joining us on the Messier Mantra.